Okay, so question 1 says, in the passage, author primarily seeks to do what? Option A, define a set of terms. He does define a set of terms here and clarify the distinction involved. He does not clarify the distinction. He rather says that these terms are dubious at best, as explained in the passage analysis video also. Option B says, outline a new approach. Well, outlining means to spell out the features of a new approach. Author only recommends that a new approach or an alternative policy be devised, but he does not, such a new approach does not already exist, so he does not outline or spell out the features of such an approach. Option C says, describe a current problem. That is correct. And plead for a remedial action. He describes the current problem in the first paragraph, and he, in the last paragraph, he does plead for an alternative or a remedial action. So option C must be the correct answer. Option D, expose an illegal practice. Extradition is not an illegal practice. It comes very much under the ambit of law, and therefore this is not the answer. Question 2 says, which of the following best describes the author's view of political offense exception? Okay. Option A says it's a dubious distinction. That is correct. Open to discretionary interpretation. That is also correct. In the first paragraph, author says that it is up to the requested state whether it wants to send back the criminal or not. So it's a dubious distinction, comes from this paragraph. Option A seems to be the correct answer. Option B, it is the root cause behind spreading tentacles of terrorism. Well, this is the problem in this particular answer choice. Though this political offense exception shields the terrorists, yes, it does shield the terrorists, but it is not the root cause, at least not mentioned. It is not mentioned that it is the root cause behind spreading tentacles. Option C says it is an ambiguous territory. That is also correct. Used by nations to serve their propaganda. This part is not mentioned again, that nations are using this to serve their propaganda. It is an internationally recognized practice. It is not a recognized practice per se, but okay, let us read, for fair treatment of criminals. Even if it were correct, it is only partially correct. That is not it does not cover the essence of author's view on political offense exception. He does say that it is a dubious distinction at best. Question 3 says, given the discussion in the passage, which in the following distinctions does the author consider particularly problematic? Okay, which distinction is problematic? Let us see. In the third paragraph, author says pure political offenses such as treason or espionage are clearly identifiable. These crimes are generally recognized as non-extraditable, so this is not a problematic area. In contrast, common crimes such as murder, assault, and robbery are generally extraditable. However, there are some common crimes that are so inseparable from political act that the entire offense is regarded as political, and these common crimes are called relative political offenses, which means the distinction between them. When a common crime becomes, when does a common crime become a relative political offense? This thing creates problem or creates ambiguity, which means option A should be the clear answer. As explained, pure political offenses को लेकर there is no confusion. There's no problem involving these two, and this thing is never mentioned. There is no problem in distinguishing between espionage and terrorist acts, not mentioned anywhere. Question 4 says, according to the author, the primary purpose of the political offense exception should be to do what? Okay. The question source is the last paragraph. Author says, the only rational and attainable objective, the purpose, the primary purpose of this exception is to protect the requested person against unfair treatment by the requesting country. All right. So its only job is to protect the requested person against unfair treatment by the country. A says, ensure that the terrorists are tried for their act. This is not what it says. Option B, provide political criminals immunity against persecution. Okay. Immunity means to protect them. That is correct. Against persecution. Persecution means unfair treatment or harassment by the requesting state. Option B should be the correct answer. Offer diplomatic immunity to political criminals. This diplomatic immunity is not mentioned anywhere. So C goes out. To limit extradition to those accused of relative political offences only, not mentioned again. The author would most likely agree that the political offence exception, all right, option A, has been a modestly useful weapon against terrorism. No, to the contrary, it shields terrorists. So it has not been a useful weapon at all. So it's contrary to author's belief. Option B says it has never met the objective. That is a bit exaggerated. Author does not really say that it has never met the objective. The objective was to provide some protection to political criminals, and to some extent, depending upon this discussion, we can conclude that to some extent this objective has been served. Option C has been of more academic than practical value to political dissidents. Again, that would mean option B only. So option B and C are similar in context and in import. So this also goes out. It has in some cases been stretched beyond the intended use. Okay, what are these some cases? Author does say that in the cases of terrorist acts, this political offense exception is being misused. It has been stretched beyond the intended use. Option D should be the correct answer. Which one of the following, if true, would give the author most cause to reconsider her recommendation? Okay. Now this is again a critical reasoning question, CR question. Which of the following, if true, would give? So guys, learn to identify the question type. It is very important for you. Wherever you see such a question, which one of the following, if true, would do something to the author's argument, it is a critical reasoning question. Answer would not be found directly written in the passage. You'll have to think a bit here. It's a reasoning question. Okay. Now, the question asks us to identify an answer choice which would help or which would prompt the author to reconsider her recommendation. What is her recommendation first? The recommendation is that the international community needs to find an alternative to political offense exception. And why does the author recommend this? Because in this paragraph it is written that the distinction between common crimes and the relative political offenses is dubious. This distinction is dubious, because of which it is being misused by terrorists. And that is why author recommends a re-evaluation or a review of this policy. Okay. When would she reconsider her recommendation? Let's see. Option A says more nations started extraditing persons accused or convicted of treason, espionage, and other similar crimes. These crimes mentioned here are pure political acts. They are pure political offenses. And author has no problem with the pure political offenses. That territory is clear. The problem or the doubt exists here in relative political offenses. So this is not the answer. Therefore, she would not change her argument just because more nations started extraditing people of this. Rather, she would sort of counter this policy. Option B says the nations of the world sharply decreased the use of the political offense exception to protect persons accused of pure political offenses. Again, it talks about pure political offenses, goes out. The nations of the world sharply decreased their use of the political offense exception, okay, to protect persons accused of relative political offenses. That was the whole argument here. Author says because relative political offenses being used or misused by terrorists, if countries started using it less, if nations of the world sharply decrease their use of this category particularly, then author would reconsider her recommendation. Option C should be the correct answer. Again, there was no doubt between these two. Pure is not a doubt. So if you liked watching this video, please hit the like button. Keep watching for more. Your VM signing off.